Mama's on the line of 360 degrees, so watch your back because I'm watching mine at times like these. Mama's on the line of 360 degrees, so watch your back because I'm taking mine at times like these. Explanations. Explanations. Mama's on the line of 360 degrees, so watch your back because I'm watching mine at times like these. Mama's on the line of 360 degrees, so watch your back because I'm taking mine at times like these. Explanations. Explanations. Mama's on the line of 360 degrees, so watch your back because I'm watching mine at times like these. Mama's on the line of 360 degrees, so watch your back because I'm taking mine at times like these. Explanations. Explanations. Explanations.
Second and bring me on. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Welcome to Slow News Day morning edition. My name is Steve-Poikonen. I'm chilling here in Central California, wondering what the heck I'm actually going to be allowed to cover on YouTube this morning. Maybe a short show for everyone in YouTube land. Don't worry, there are plenty of other ways to watch us live. You can check us out on Rockfin, Odyssey, DLive, Twitch, and Twitter. Tons to talk about, though, man. There's a lot going on. We run through the business real quick, and we'll get right at it. That QR code that you see over in the corner is for Matrix Bars. They sponsor the show, occasionally send me some love in the form of this right here. These guys. Yeah. 3.5 grams psilocybin mushrooms per delicious chocolate bar. 4 flavors that I'm aware of. They may be coming out with new ones. I'm not sure. Give them a holler. Go check them out. You can find them on Twitter and Instagram at Matrix Genetics, MatrixGenetics. We got t-shirts. We do. Oh, and I was fucking stunned, like very stunned. But a couple of the Truth Revolution t-shirts of ours and the one that I got of Ryan's, like all survived. It all made it into the house before the truck fire. So I actually, like, I have 4 t-shirts. I have 4 t-shirts. I have a Convo Couch shirt, 2 Slow News Day shirts, and a Last American Vagabond shirt. That's almost a full week. It is. I'll fucking do it better than I thought. Let's see. While we're at that, I didn't get any of the links into the Rockfin description this morning. Still kind of fucking scattered. The GoFundMe is up and running. I'm gonna grab that and drop a link into the chatty chat. Dude, you guys, thank you so much. Fucking, this is gonna put together a whole video thanking everybody here either later today or tonight. If you're not aware, if you didn't hear what was going on Friday night, like 1 o'clock in the morning or midnight or something like that, Sleepy Josh was getting out of the shower, heard a horn going off, looked outside. There was a fucking wall of flame spewing out of the cab of my truck, which we got put out. But definitely not in time to do much about it. Let's see. Yeah, that right there is the interior of my vehicle right now. So trying to at least pull together enough to get a piece of shit beater that will be able to get me to visit my children at least a couple of times before it breaks down and I have to get a new piece of shit beater. That's goal anyway. Anything get all possible you could throw towards that is greatly appreciated. Please do share the link around. That's definitely been helping. And again, just, fucking amazed at how awesome everyone has been throughout all of this. Is the link gonna work over here? Because I wanted to do this story. They're gonna dead link archive. Wow. New York Times quick on that one. The Pentagon, I guess it's only through New York Times right now. If somebody else has an alternate link, please throw it at me. But the New York Times just released the Pentagon civilian death count for Iraq and Afghanistan. And oh boy, does it show the absolute failure of the drone program. Quick reminder, they did an investigation that found a U.S. drone strike killed 7 children and nobody got in trouble, while Daniel Hale, the gentleman who disclosed the failure of the drone operation, is still doing another 41 or 42 months in federal prison for being the drone program whistleblower and letting us know years ago what an abject, torturous, death-laden failure the U.S. drone program is. Yeah, if anyone has, because so antiwar.com normally will link a paywalled site through Internet Archive, and Archive has apparently dead linked that. So if anyone has a link, please throw it at me, throw it to me in the chat, hit me up on Twitter, something like that. And we'll go through it because I did want to talk about that. Let's see. The closing arguments in the Ghislaine Maxwell case are underway. There are a couple of people who are live tweeting those. We will probably check in on that. I'm going to try and see if anything's happening now, because again, I don't have much that I can cover on YouTube today. Before I do check in on that, I want to kind of like, we've talked about it a little bit. I spent some time covering it. Had Addy Ads on. We had a great talk. He's coming back on soon. But here's the situation as I see it, and that is the woman who knows the secrets, knows where the bodies are buried, knows where the safe houses are, knows where all of the compromising materials are, is standing there in court right now, and she is not going to be in any trouble for any of that. The only thing that they are accusing her of is grooming. They've had pretty damning testimony, but only 4 witnesses, none of whom are even mentioning the fact that her father was an Israeli super spy, got a state funeral from Israel. We haven't heard anything about the Mossad connections. They find out that, oh, whoops, the FBI just sort of lost a ton of evidence, again. Oopsie. I don't have any sort of hallucination that this is going to see any sort of quote unquote justice for any of the many victims of Epstein and Maxwell's international child rape trafficking network. Yeah, I don't know. Kristan Harris is going to be coming on to give his thoughts.
Oh yeah. It's the most Wisconsin dude I've ever heard in my life.
I love that guy. I do. I love that guy. Which is big fuzzy Wisconsinite. You freaking. Good morning, Jeffrey Wilson. You guys, if you're not watching Jeffrey and Pat Militek at Conspiracy Farm, you damn well should be. If you're anywhere near Iowa, figure out if they're going to be doing something live. It's awesome. Check those guys out. Hamza, I'm about 3.5 hours from Santa Cruz. And again, vehicleless. So not really. I need to get back to the Santa Cruz Mountains for like an afternoon, but just for an afternoon, and you can't come with me. I'm sorry. Like, it's, yeah, but this is down the road. Let's see. Can I actually do anything? Let's check in with Adam. I always call him Alan. I don't even know why. Adam Klasfeld. I feel bad about that. I do. And see what we got going on over here in Cortland, and then I think I gotta take this over to the YouTube, or to the Rock Fan and off YouTube. So what their new tranche of exhibits have been released by the government. Among them, Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs, couple of notations about those. 118 pages spanning April 91 to January 2006, signed by David Rogers, ex-chief pilot, appear to be pretty lightly redacted, including shielding the names of the accusers. Okay, so assistant U.S. attorney opens with Ghislaine Maxwell was dangerous, grown woman who preyed on vulnerable kids, targeted a girl whose father had just died. See, all of this is about predation in relation to grooming. However, this is them saying that she knew about, I guess, that they were underage. I don't know, because it doesn't say that. When it says she was the key to the whole operation, we're not seeing anything about, well, famous people or elected officials or Wes Wexner or Luke Brunel. Just not seeing it. Just not. Again, you guys, I don't hold out any sort of, doe-eyed fantasy. This is gonna go the way that they want it to go. We dude, really light on the really light on the YouTubeable stories.
YouTube like him so much.
Oh, I think there was something out of Zero Hedge that I wanted to touch on before we head out for good. Donald Trump is suing the New York State Attorney General. That's just funny. I will be doing that story, but I cannot do it on YouTube. Where'd it go? Oh, that's right. Our good friends at the World Economic Forum are pushing pause on the Davos summit in January this year. They're concerned about the Omicron virus, which by all appearances looks to act and treat you like a freaking cold. Which, of course, is why we have to shut down society and reorganize it. Because, what if grandma catches a sniffle? So Joe Manchin has been the rotating villain for years and years and years. Anytime the Democrats need, a bad guy, they point to Joe Manchin, who by all accounts really kind of does look like an old-timey coal baron. So it makes sense. It really does. But he gets to be the bad guy for tanking the infrastructure bill or the Build Back Better agenda. And it's kind of fun when these little political gremlins forget. They forget their place for a minute, and they think that they're allowed to speak out, or there's all this petty little infighting that takes place in these ridiculous struggles for tiny threads of not even real power, just perceived power. But they forget that they're puppets. They forget that they're a show. And so sometimes they say some really funny shit. And as long as you don't, take it too seriously, remember it. You live in a fucking cartoon. You won't get big mad about it. I know there's people on the left that are getting big mad at Joe Manchin because they think it's real. They've decided to believe it. Senator Joe Manchin said during a local radio interview that Joe Biden's staff did some, quote, inexcusable things, which drove him to reject the Build Back Better plan. Manchin whines. See, it says, but it's a whine. That's a gripe. Biden staffers alienated them. They drove some things and they put some things out that were absolutely inexcusable. They know what it is, and that's it. He just got to the wit's end of what happened. He says he won't say if he'll accept a scaled back bill. And then, of course, the squad is big ass mad at Joe Manchin. Just Joe Manchin. Not anybody else. Just Joe Manchin.
Man, this is stupid. They have a scapegoat every fucking time. So, like, they always have a scapegoat, dude. Like, they're not even mad at him. They just need to pretend to be mad at him.
It's called the rotating villain. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole construct. You're Kristen Sinema, the chick with the Senator knee highs with the big boots. Yeah.
The fuck the poorest chick.
Yeah, sassy boots. I was a radical LGBT Green Party. Now I am.
Was she green?
Yeah,
Oh,
way back in the day. Originally,
that's ironic.
She started out as a green in Arizona, I think, and then ran
and then ran as a shit.
Ran as a Democrat, and yeah.
Not overly surprised,
dude. Good stuff. The whole crew. Yup. Poor fellas. Ayanna Pressley is probably a little bit to the right of Joe Manchin in a lot of ways, but definitely not when it comes to propping up the World Economic Forum. When Lindsey Graham is coming to your defense, though, you might want to. Oh, see, so here's Greenwald talking about the rotating villain. But yeah, it is one of the, I don't know, more like bargain basement ridiculous concepts that this one dude from West Virginia suddenly has like all of the power. And then
he's like they act like he's the president.
Well, and that's why maybe we should find that clip. I'm sure that most of you guys have heard this, but the exchange between Charlemagne the God and Kamala Harris. But I'll go ahead and pull it up real quick because I can play it on YouTube. There we go. Let's pause. Stop. Yeah, this happened a while back, and this I think is what got. So if you listen to the No Agenda show, which if you can't tell by now, I do. The theory that Curry and Dvorak had was that, remember like last week or the week before when I said that Simone Sanders had ran away from Kamala Harris. Well, she interrupts at the end of this thing to cut it out, and the theory that Dvorak came up with, I think it was him, was that Kamala Harris went back, watched this, realized that she had fucked up, and in retaliation fired Simone Sanders, but allowed her to say that she was leaving to pursue other opportunities.
Who's the superhero that's going to speak against?
There's no way you guys are going to be able to hear that.
Was it super quiet?
Yeah, it's like phone recorded off of the TV.
No.
Should I try and bring it up?
And you can, but
let's see what happens.
Joe Manchin. I want to know who's the real president of this country. Is it Biden? Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? She can hear me. Can you hear me, Madam Vice President? They're acting like they can't hear me.
I can hear you.
So who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden, Madam Vice President?
Come on, Charlamagne. It's Joe Biden.
I can't tell.
No. It's Joe Biden, and don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden, and I'm vice president, and my name is Kamala Harris, and
who's the super?
Oh no, she
just double click it and it'll go back to it.
Okay. She was big mad. She was big mad. If that was hard to hear, I apologize. We'll try and find some better audio a little bit down the road. So Charlemagne the God is asking her, who's president now? Is it Joe Manchin or is it Joe Biden? Which one? Harris immediately goes, "Oh, here you go talking like a Republican." Because she didn't hear, I don't think, this is the theory, at least. The theory is she didn't hear Charlemagne say, "Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin?" All she heard is Joe Biden really president? And that's why she went straight to that "don't give me the Republican" talking point. She didn't have Simone in her other ears saying, "No, that's not what he said," in order to feed. Because if you can't tell, Kamala Harris, unless she is in the middle of trying to dress somebody down, doesn't operate on her own brain power. There are people in her ear that feed her thoughts and her words and all of that. So that's why she looks like a fucking well-struck chicken when she's got to face up to something that she doesn't understand.
You'd think they make her not do that psycho laugh though.
See, that is not something that she can help. That's the duping delight, the duper's delight. When you think you're getting one over, there's an actual condition. Misty Winston, Mindy Moneybags taught me this. Shouts to her. There is an actual condition called duping delight, where if you think you're getting over on somebody, you just involuntarily giggle. You can't help it, or smile, something like that, totally break it at the most inopportune point. The best way to, if the audience has ever watched The Simpsons, that laugh that Dr. Hibbert does is an example of duping delight, where he just chuckles at all the most inappropriate times. That's the thing. If you're not a Simpsons fan, then obviously the best example of duping delight is any time Kamala Harris has ever been on camera, because she can't help but lie. She's a fucking psychopath, and she thinks she's smarter than you. And that's why she's laughing. She's laughing at you. Did people vote for this fucking insane broad, dude? She got a whole fake army of support. It's wild. So I think at this point, let's do one more. No, I'm fucking tired of the Maxwell shit, dude. It's all farce. Almost everything in the case has been publicly available information out of Vanity Fair for damn near 2 decades. I feel bad as shit for Maria Farmer and Virginia Roberts and everybody else. But fuck, dude. I don't know. I'm going to jump off of the YouTube over here and get to the rest of the show. Almost made it a half an hour on YouTube. That's 15 more minutes than I thought. Grabbing the stream to the rock then, dropping it into the YouTube chat. You guys, we're going to start equally, I think, pushing Odyssey and Rockfin. It's up to you which platform you watch us on. But if you're watching us on YouTube, I don't know why. I really don't. We could only do a third of the show here. They roll back our view counts. They've frozen our subscriber count. We haven't been able to monetize an episode since 2019. You could technically still super chat, and eventually I would see about 65% of it eventually. But the channel hasn't been able to monetize content going into year 3. I am going to have to get the link from Sleepy Josh because I don't have it. I'm not logged into Odyssey on the show computer. I can try and find it here. Or wait, no, there's a way to. I think there was a way to do this. No, that's the last live stream. So here, I'll try to find. We'll do it live. We'll do it live here, and I'll even show you guys too, in case I, because I don't have available links up here. I don't. So let's go find this shit. Hey, look, there we are. I just fucked that all up. Wow. How did I manage to fuck that all up? Good job. Pause you. There we go. Really? Is that it? I think the permanent link then is going to be that live 3 thingy. Yeah. So it looks like if you're trying to find us live on Odyssey, all you have to do is drop in that C/SND live and then the colon and the number 3, and it'll take you to the live stream. So, yeah. Guess hyperlink that shit. I don't know, man. If I save that shit. At any rate, we're going to go ahead and get the hell up off of YouTube. And come check us out everywhere that we don't get punished for, talking. Love you guys.